Love how high you are.
Yeah, see?
Proud of you, son.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
I was in Boston where I didn't smoke much. Every time I come back from a trip, that's the highest I've ever been. It's the best.
Why were you in Boston?
There's this thing called PAX. I guess there's a bunch of them. There's one closer, apparently. But I went to the one in Boston. You play games.
Oh, were you DMing?
No. I should have. If I had any forethought at all, it would have been insane.
How is a PAX compared to a Gen Con?
I've never been to Gen Con. I want to do that too. But I don't know. It was just weird though. I've never been to anything because it was kind of like Comic-Con just with a convention floor, you know, but then a good third of the space was just like long tables and chairs that were just full of people playing fucking board games and shit. It was crazy. There was so much game playing. I've just never seen, I mean, there's all these cons we've been on, and it's like, check out what's on Fox, and then it's like the Cosplay Brigade, or whatever, but it's like, it's all this thing, you know, it's all just kind of like this weird artifice, or marketing, or whatever, but like, this is just people doing games. It was interesting.
When I was your age,
Ulysses S. Grant was president of the United States.
Blood was invented.
Fair enough. I remember Comic-Con. We would go to Comic-Con, and it would be like, because we were working in comic books, and it would be like, we're here to sign a comic book, and then you'd walk around and be like, God damn, this place has a lot of people selling comic books.
Right.
And then there was like also people who are like, well, guys are walking around buying comic books. Maybe you'd like a sword. And the answer is, that's fair.
Yeah.
There was
Lots of people want swords that also buy comic books. It makes sense.
In Inglewood, that had a sword in a Scientology church, and he got killed by police because I think he fucked up a couple cops with a sword.
Oh, yeah.
In a Scientology church? Is that what you call them?
Uh-huh.
And it's like, Inglewood's fucked up for a lot of reasons, but if you're going to fucking have a sword thrown down, I like that it was a Scientology venue.
Well,
because you're able to just be objective. You don't have to root for either side. You're like, oh, I hope the police learned their lesson along with Xenu.
I will stab your thetans. I don't know how it works.
You just heard the word sword, and I mean, I'm already 3 tangents deep, but I can't have you doing that.
What?
You're sober.
Well, I guess I can.
High.
It's fine. There's no guess. This is it. This is the show.
I brought it up. What
no, it's okay. It's all right.
It was a very spurious connection, I think.
I was like, based on something Spencer was saying about this convention where it's like, oh, it's just gaming. It's people play games. And I was like, I remember from the old days, the early 90s, like 93, 95, like I remember being at Comic-Con and like selling and buying comic books out of big boxes, and everyone's just like, it's just Comic-Con. And yeah, there was a ton of shit that wasn't comics. I'm not gonna like be an old timer that like pretends and, you know, like, there's nothing but comic books. I was like, no, it's a bunch of swords. And I remember like when it was like that central area of the exhibit floor, like the day that it was like the PlayStation 1, what the fuck is going on in the middle of this fucking, why the hell are we having to walk around this? It was like, well, some video game decided that because technically we're all nerds, that maybe we'd be interested in Papa the Rappa, like coming out on fucking Xbox or something. And it was like it just started, and there was like along with that, it was like every once in a while, like, what was that, Bruce Willis? What the fuck's going on? Yeah, hey, and then with that comes like the, hey, stop sitting on the floor, fatty. Well, I got a bunch of comic books. Yeah, bet you do. You know who's got more comic books than you? Bruce Willis. You fucking sit on the floor in front of him, I'm gonna fucking mace your ass. No, that conversation never happened.
Yeah. No, the guys are bad. Those staff guys at Comic-Con are bad. At PAX, they were like volunteers, and they were actually really good at their jobs. They were like very like contextual with their enforcements.
But just so that both sides are represented,
Uh-oh.
I'm a big both sidist.
Uh-oh.
When we were at WonderCon, that was a real, like, all of the security there was volunteer, which is why a guy came up to talk about Deadpool and his friend came up to punch him in the face. And then we were paid in an envelope of cash and whisked back to the hotel.
Those were bad.
And I will never go back to Florida again.
I know, that really,
if I want to know about
shattered
Florida,
everybody.
I will watch Flocka videos.
That was a show that I was
You on that Flocka? Wow.
I was not at that show. I wonder how that would have gone down if I had interfered in that interference loop. Like,
I bet you would have caught his punch.
No, I wouldn't because I'm not a martial artist. I just
you would.
I just think I would have made the person feel bad before they started throwing punches at people.
The guy did not take a survey.
It was all very. It all happened very fast.
The guy walked up and punched his friend in the face.
The thing is, it looked like he was gonna grab a mic until the very last second, which is a semi-precedent phenomenon, unfortunately.
And he punched his friend.
His alleged friend.
Well, we found out later that they were friends.
Was that a setup? Did they know?
It was
may
sort of
have
like,
been.
what's the difference when you're 22? Everything's a joke. Nothing's a joke. Like everything's. You're Tyler Durden. You're Robert Edwards, or whatever the Hulk's name is. You're
Bruce Banner.
It's not Robert
Ed Norton.
Edwards.
Ed Norton. You're Robert Evans. Your kid's in the picture. Your kid's out of the picture. The kid's the Hulk. It doesn't matter to them. They're 22. What's the difference between life and death? You're 22. Here was what I did when I was 22. I spent 5 years doing nothing but smoking weed out of a bong I made out of a syrup bottle.
Hell yeah!
It was fucking melted plastic I was smoking. Like, I wasn't even smoking weed. I tested that theory. I was like, well, maybe it's just a placebo. Yeah, or you've been huffing fucking burnt plastic for 5 years. Like Sheryl Crow thinks she got cancer from the water bottles in the backseat of her car. Like, it's a real thing. Like, the idea of just water soaking in plastic, let alone heated. This is why I can't remember Ed Norton's name.
It's not Ed Norton. That's from Honeymooners.
It's Robert Evans.
Bixby.
Ed Norton is the Hulk of the Fight Club.
It's Bixby. Bixby is the Hulk guy.
Well,
come on.
Yes, Bill Bixby played the Hulk.
Bill Bixby played.
Yeah.
The name of the character.
Ed Norton,
it's not Ed Norton.
That's the actor of the new Hulk.
The actor,
Jeff.
he played the Hulk in one of the 9 Hulk movies. The Ang Lee
David
one, where the
Banner.
Hulk appears on page 71.
No.
Wait, what? Wait, say what? Oh wait, no. Ed Norton made the punk rock response. He was like, yeah, no, come on, I'm not making that fucking shit. The Hulk speaks to me. It's about fucking trying to manage your fucking anger. I'm not mocking him. It sounds a lot like I am.
It was good. No. Mark Ruffalo, right?
Mark Ruffalo.
He bees the Hulk.
No. Who was in the Ang Lee one? Eric Bana. Ang Lee, Eric Bana. Joss Whedon cracked the code. Like, don't make Hulk movies. Joss Whedon said, he's like, you can't make a Hulk movie. The Hulk is a Marvel character that hates the one thing the audience loves. Like, you can't. The Thor isn't like that. He's like, don't get that fucking hammer away from me. Unfortunately, the Hulk is just like the closest thing you're going to get to a DC character in the Marvel universe. He's just like a dude who can do anything but doesn't want to.
Who is the actor that played the 70s or 80s Hulk? Bill Bixby.
Bill Bixby, yeah.
Well, no, Lou Ferrigno was the Hulk, but
Right.
Bill
Bill
Bixby
Bixby, yeah.
was the non-Hulky version of that
fantastic.
character.
I really wish Bill Bixby. Well, I mean, if he was, Bill Bixby's fucking great.
But
Watch My Favorite Martian, young Bill Bixby.
He'd
What a
Hulk
great-
out and his pants would fly off. And then all of a sudden he had a rope belt.
Yeah.
Where did that rope come from?
It came-
he had an endless supply of rope, but not.
It came from a satisfied audience in the Academy of Television Sciences because that show won an Emmy for Best Dramatic Series on Television. The Hulk, where they would regularly, if they had to show a close-up of the Hulk's foot mashing a gas pedal, as it sometimes did, because sometimes the Hulk did need to angrily drive a car. And they would show a close-up of his foot, and it'd be Lou Ferrigno's foot with a little green pantyhose on it, like a little, like a spandex.
But also, the pants were torn in a way that, like, a pirate's pants are torn. They weren't torn in regular, like, my leg got 3 times bigger. They were torn in a weird.
But it was amazing. Like, they would show. I was watching a Hulk rerun, and they showed like the Hulk went and like jammed his foot, and you could tell it's like, okay, so what are we going to cut to in the edit bay? And the answer is usually like a second unit. Like, if you can bank this stuff. Like, they're like, well, yeah, we sent out the crew and we shot like one of the stunt guys or whatever. Like, we shot their foot going through the thing, and it was like the guys, like whoever it is, they're wearing like they're wearing a thing that would make sense for them to wear instead of spray painting their feet green if they're doing like shots of them like leaping over fences or whatever, but which is like they're wearing like a green sock on their foot. And it's not like, I mean, in this world of CG, you don't even understand what I'm really saying. Like it's just like green tights like on your foot, like so there's no toes, and they do like a close up of and it's like and then some editor was like, yeah, I'll use it, and the executive producer was like, what are you doing, a sock commercial? And he's like, no, this is your show about the Hulk. And the EP was like, okay, well, what do we do after this? It goes into the Smithsonian. No, it goes on television for an hour. And like, oh, are you sure people aren't gonna, dude? What do you think? People are gonna record it? People aren't gonna watch it over and over again. 75% of the human beings that love your show and gave you an Emmy are never gonna see that foot. They're gonna be making a sandwich. They're going to be yelling at their daughter for joining the cult.
The NRA.
And like none of them knew. The VCR hadn't been invented. So like back then, you would just be like, well, it's just going out on the airwaves. It's just like, which means it's like going like, it's like pissing it out of your dick.
But also watching old TV on high def television, like great digital TV, changes everything.
When it's remastered, like if they would shoot Knight Rider on film, and then it got broadcast. You know, some of these old shows, like they shoot it on film, and then if they kept the shit or whatever, it's like they'll do like Knight Rider on Blu-ray. You can like watch the thing, and you're like, now you're seeing shit that not only. But I'm just saying, even before high def, where you're like, oh, they didn't know Wonder Woman's like wig would look like, you know, they didn't know we could see that makeup because they didn't have high def. But I'm saying even like they also didn't understand the high def that is, we would all have all media permanently stored forever.
Forever, yeah.
They didn't like how
it
would
wasn't
you think
momentary.
That? They were just like, well, what we do is we like throw these candies at a parade. And I'm not impugning them at all. They took great pride in it, but they thought that their job was like they've spent more time going like, when you throw candy, don't hit a kid in the eye. Don't let them choke. You know, like don't throw it to a kid who looks like his epiglottis might be malformed. Like they were focused more on different shit because it was of the moment. And now we live in this world where it's like every candy is like beamed into their brain by Venmo and they have it forever. So keep in mind that 5 years from now, you might be committing a felony.
Do you remember when the Harlem Globetrotters made it to Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, but they finally made it.
But also, they got off the island, like in the same episode.
Does.
And, how come the cast can't be smarter than the Harlem Globetrotters and make a boat?
These are old questions, Jeff. Everybody wonders that.
Let's do a segment called Old TV Questions.
Oh, yeah.
Who's got an old TV question for
me? Don't ask them.
Damn.
I have 800,000 questions about Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
Chris McKenna and I are obsessed, like without having even really rewatched the show. Chris McKenna and I from Community are constantly talking about like doing our Fantasy Island reboot where you focus more on the people that work at Fantasy Island, because it's like, what the fuck? For those of you who don't know, you probably have heard the log line. You're probably as familiar with it as I am, even though I grew up like with it actually on the air. But you probably, because it's such a simple concept, it's Mr. Rourke, Ricardo Montalban, and his diminutive magical friend, Hervé Villachez, playing a guy named Tattoo. They both wear white suits and they work on this island.
And a plane comes down.
A seaplane lands with 3 people or couples. And as they get off the plane, the Tattoo goes, "Who's that, boss? What about them?" "Ah, Tattoo, that is famous author J.K. Rowling." Sometimes it would be ripped from the headlines in that like subtle 70s way. Like, that's a famous author, R.K. Fowling, you know, like so, oh, I get it. Yeah, the archetype of the famous author. And it's like she's oh God, she's sold over 300,000 books. That's half the population of the earth. That's correct, Tattoo. But she's never experienced the gas shortage. No, I'm just trying to say it's like a 70s show. I don't know.
Dan Harmon answers his own TV question.
But like a massive bulk of the people that came to Fantasy Island A huge percentage of the people that came to Fantasy Island were getting, they all paid ostensibly, I would say, an exorbitant price. Otherwise, why isn't there a ship full of people?
Right.
It's always a seaplane, and people are getting off, and they look rich, and they're like always best-selling authors. And so they paid a hefty sum, and then like a lot of them were like came there going, I want to be famous, or I want to be a rock star, or I want to be rich, I want to be respected. And like a bunch of them, if not all of them, like it was like, oh, okay, I guess that's kind of fucked up that you made me get chased by a dinosaur. But now that I think of it, I just needed confidence. Bye. Thank you. Fantasy fulfilled, just not the one I paid for, the one I needed. Can I have my money back?
My memory is that they were always like they accidentally found out they needed to fall in love with Orson Welles or somebody. Like they had to.
I mean, all I remember as a kid is it was always like the only theme I remember constantly was just sort of like, but I'm unhappy now. Yes, but that's the point. Oh, thank you. I could have sworn I could have gone to McDonald's with 1,000 times less money than I gave you and gotten more opportunity to inspect myself.
But would you have hung out with Stephanie? What's her name?
Zimbalist.
The cast of that show is always great.
But that's the only other thing about Fantasy Island is like the fascinating thing is that even though there's 3 couples that show up at the beginning of the episode, there's always these establishing shots of like, oh, and then Fantasy Island business is going on, and there's like you see like people, there's like waiters bringing coconut drinks to like people that are sitting by the side of the pool, and none of those people came in on a seaplane. Like
I think they all did. I think they're all on a Fantasy Island.
You think every time? I mean, that's the question. Is like, is it just a rotation of seaplanes?
The camera focuses on Stephanie Powers and. Like Robert something.
I was assuming more that like you could also come to Fantasy Island on a huge shitty ferry from New Jersey or something and like pay $80 a weekend to like sit near rich people who were being taught that they shouldn't need shit as much. Like you're just like, give me another drink. Stop yelling. Hey, whoa, listen, Mr. Rourke ain't gonna teach you to fucking quit lipping off, so because we didn't pay for the platinum package, so just fucking do what I say and give me a napkin. I can't wait till we're rich enough to come to this island and Tattoo says, who's that? And Mr. Rourke says it's a guy who wishes his wife would shut up so that you get chased by a dinosaur. Yeah, well, I'm looking around and I ain't seeing no dinosaurs. So shut your lip, Rebecca. Oh, it's a living.
I was just in Atlantic City, and you did a perfect impression of everybody.
Every conversation.
you just walk down the street and you see, oh, this looks like a lovely couple, and I was like, oh, who's gonna fuck me tonight? You fucking jamook, you fucking piece of shit,
you Stugats.
And that's the guy talking to the girl, and the girl goes, oh, who the fuck are you, you fucking, and then they go, oh, Jeff Davis, we love your show. We're coming tonight. I'm like, oh, that's terrific. and they come up on stage. The audience was drunker than the cast, which we find highly disrespectful. Holy fuck, Jersey audiences. My hat is off to you because, wow. The women smoke and talk like stevedores. It's amazing.
I mean, that's hot, but that might be part of the Marissa Tomei, My Cousin Vinny trope of like I don't know, but I like a dirty girl.
I told you the story. Have I told the story about?
I don't like Princess Leia. I don't want to soil Princess Leia. I know I did my little disgusting misogynistic rant about Amy Grant, but that was my old 15-year-old self. I was like, ooh, I want to. I have grown into a man that wants to be soiled. And I have found a partner that I always feel dirtier after I have sex with Cody. And that's why I am proud to give her my fucking...
I'm never going to get an erection again after that. I have
She's
told a story about what the girl said that was trying to come onto Ryan in Morristown, New Jersey, right? I've told the story before, haven't I?
I don't know.
Audience, have
Go for it. Just let her rip.
All right, so we did a show in Morristown, New Jersey. It's very nice, and it's like the Mayo something. It's a fancy theater, and across the street is a nice pub. We meet some waitresses.
The Mayo Theater sounds incredible.
Yeah,
it's one of those
the
fancy
Mayo
places, like the
Theater.
Mayo Theater.
No, like the Mayo Center. Like it's right. Like an aristocratic kind of healthy occupational.
A healthy
The Oscar
Mayo.
Mayer Auditorium.
Yes.
It was Miracle Whip.
And we are at this pub across the street, and Ryan and I and Greg Proops and I think Chip Eston, we meet a gang of waitresses, and they all say, "Hey, you guys got to come to this bar after we're
You got to
done."
come to this fucking bar.
No. They're currently working. They're wearing their working togs.
So they can't cuss.
They can't cuss. They're being very
Well,
demure.
I think that's how people in Jersey dress.
Huh?
No, go ahead. Tell your story.
These are women that are wearing a bow tie and an apron and a thing at a club. We go to a club, and it is. I will never forget that when we walked in, Ice Ice Baby was playing, and people were line dancing to it. They were doing the electric slide to Ice Ice Baby. Are like, oh shit, it's fucking 1991 right now. It's great. And there was a giant transgender woman, I'll say, who looked like Mean Joe Green, wearing a blue cocktail dress, who immediately fell in love with Ryan Stiles because he knew who he was.
You're selling this place. I mean, this is like, yeah.
If you go to Morristown, find this fucking place because it's great. Like, it's just drywall. There's nothing. It's just a fucking nightmare. And
we want to hide right now. Are we safe?
Ryan Stiles is 6'6", I think. This guy is a head taller than him.
The cocktail fella?
He's just a person that's at the bar.
Oh, okay. Different fella.
And Ryan introduced me to him or her and said, "Hey, Jeff, have you met the little lady?" Have you met the little lady? He died laughing. We all had a good time, and then we all went to another bar, and then 3 girls followed us. One girl who was also like flat-footed, my height. I'm 6'4". She, in the middle of the street, just started making out with me.
He's 6'2".
This was unheralded.
He's 6'4" on his toes.
And I go, hey, whoa. And the other girl comes up to me that was coming on to Ryan, who was like the best looking of the trio. And she goes, Jeff, I want to make out with Ryan tonight. I go, you just told me that guy right behind us is your fiance. You know that Ryan is married. And she goes, oh, you got to be single to fuck one of you guys.
All right, you found my. I don't want to go there anymore. I don't like.
New Jersey's fucking insane. It's a crazy place made of crazy people.
When I got to Boston, like within like 2 hours of being there, I got to my hotel and then I left my hotel to get dinner. And just walking to a restaurant, I heard 2 separate people just like call other people the F word for a gay slur. And I was like, wow, this is Boston. Okay.
Like the 2-syllable version?
Yeah. I was like, wow, it was great. I mean, not great, It was Boston as fuck.
Boston.
Simpler times.
I was in
Thursday.
I was in Las Vegas yesterday.
Did someone say Thursday?
That's what happened.
Oh, you said it.
Yeah.
Simpler times Thursday. Yeah, in Boston. Yeah.
I was walking behind 2 cats at a place in Vegas yesterday, and a guy goes, "I'm pretty sure Philadelphia accent. I can't do a great Philadelphia accent, but I'm guaranteed."
Which borough?
Huh?
You heard me. Which side of the 105?
It's by the fucking thing. What the fuck do you want to talk about?
No, so that sounds like
who am I? The fucking
like
guy
a, like a west listman.
It's by Permanis, and you got to get it off the turnpike.
It's
Keep
by
going.
Permanis.
But a guy in front of me wearing a tank top on a Saturday afternoon, as you do in Vegas, if you are determined to never get late. Sandals and tank tops, and the one guy in a tank top with a backwards baseball cap says to the other guy in a tank top, with I think with a forward baseball cap, he goes, You fucking motherfucker. It's like, I was up 12 grand. I'm down 12 grand now, you fucking motherfucker. I'm fucking down 12 grand. And the guy's like, but you should have fucking walked away. And it's like there's children walking by them. Like that's the beauty of Vegas, is that nobody has any fucking heraldry and fucking
Yeah. Well, that's how those guys learned. I mean,
but also, I like the fact that guy had 12 grand to throw around.
it's not like if you keep those kids out of that place, they all turn into neurophysicists. Like, they basically like end up 85% of them back there going, hey, oh, wait. I hate all of you.
If you're down 12 grand and you're wearing a tank top, that's your fault.
Yeah, because it's a choice you make. I'm adding the added cynicism that, like, you can't save those kids. Most of them turn out to be fucking idiots. You could raise them in a fucking under a rocket at NASA. I guess that's dangerous. Where's the smartest place you could raise a kid? Like, where's a kid like surrounded every minute?
Underneath a giant rocket.
Yeah. I already said that's not a good place, dummy. You fucking Stugats.